Our next topic is going to be about The Witcher, guys, a franchise that people have just been talking about, not only because of the Netflix series, but also because, of course, the success of these games and people wanting to see a sequel to The Witcher 3, and I think that there's a really good case that you could make that this is definitely a game that will be coming at some point in the future, that being in the form of The Witcher 4. But a lot of question marks are there because right now, of course, CD Projekt RED is working on Cyberpunk 2077, a very ambitious project that they are working on. But I don't think that it's a stretch to say The Witcher 4 is not a matter of, if it ever comes out, but a matter of when it comes out. So in an article, guys, that was written by Sam Loveridge of Games Radar, talking about The Witcher 4 and everything that we know so far about the game, and will we see a Witcher 4? I mean, where is it at this point, and where could it be, and what can we expect as far as the future is concerned in The Witcher? So we know that The Witcher 4, or whatever it's eventually called, is a way off, but at least it looks like it will arrive one day. Although developer CD Projekt RED is really busy with another little project known as Cyberpunk 2077 right now, it's looking increasingly likely the team's next project is The Witcher 4. And right off the bat, guys, I've been saying this for a while. CD Projekt RED, they're becoming a very good company as far as like a developer that is really, obviously take things very, very seriously, but they are a developer that they're starting to kind of remind me of like a Naughty Dog and some of these other, developers out there that are just making like smash hit game after smash hit game. And so with Cyberpunk 2077, I don't think it's a stretch to say that that's going to be a fantastic game. The Witcher 4, though, is probably something that's going to be coming after that, at some point. And that's not just based on the success of the Witcher Netflix series either. The Polish studio has been talking quite openly about the next entry in the Witcher series. Official CD Projekt RED forum moderator Donata Pawlowska recently confirmed that as far as the strategy of the CD Projekt Capital Group for 2016 to 2021 is concerned, its plans to release the second AAA game by 2021 remain unchanged. We are currently focusing on the production and promotion of Cyberpunk 2077, so we do not want to comment on further projects. That smells like The Witcher 4 to me and some time before 2021. What else do we know that CD Projekt RED is working on? A new Witcher game, specifically The Witcher 4. Oh yes, CD Projekt RED CEO Adam Sinsky has already basically confirmed that there will be another Witcher game. It just won't be called The Witcher 4. So it's looking likely the next game is but a few years away. The first three Witchers were by definition a trilogy, so we simply could not name the next game The Witcher 4. This does not mean, of course, that we will leave the world of The Witcher. So I think it's good that they're kind of talking about things, in terms of like, okay, we're not going to call it The Witcher 4, we're going to call it something else. And I do like that because it's like, okay, the trilogy cemented, that legacy is there. Now we want to, maybe talk about somebody else's, the future of something else. Like, obviously I think it would be a smart decision on their part to continue Geralt's story as much as they can, or maybe do some spin-offs or things of that nature. But I like that they did the trilogy and now it's kind of maybe a soft reboot of the franchise. That would be something interesting as well. The Witcher is one of two franchises on which to build the future activities of the company, he adds. Today, unfortunately, I cannot reveal anything more. With The Witcher 3, developer CD Projekt RED created a glorious, huge, and utterly explorable fantasy world that told tales players will be talking about for years to come, including well, we're not going to get into that. It took the Witcher series to a height of success it had never seen before, making its scarred, white-haired hero Geralt a bit of a star. So we all love the way CD Projekt RED deals with DLC 2. for Witcher 3, one of the best RPG games of all time. I don't think there's any debate there. It gave us 16 free downloadable content packages with the 10-hour expansion, Hearts of Stone, in October 2015, and then the Beefier second expansion, Blood and Wine, in May 2016. Once you lock yourself into the Witcher 3's world, it is incredibly easy to just stay there. So, I gotta say, guys, one thing that I've been saying, and when I talk to people about The Witcher and the Witcher series, it's like, look, right now you've got the Witcher Netflix series that can kind of quench your thirst, so to speak, until we get more, confirmation about a Witcher 4, a Witcher spinoff, whatever it is that they decide to do. And Cyberpunk 2077 will also be there if you really love CD Projekt RED and you're kind of waiting for The Witcher. You can either, of course, be playing The Witcher 3. I mean, guys, it's a massive world and there's tons of stuff to do. So I would suggest, personally, getting involved in that way, with the Witcher franchise is just more so than not either sticking with just CD Projekt Red and whatever project is that they do, kind of keeps you, playing their games, whether that be, of course, Cyberpunk 2077 or The Witcher 3, but there's so much that you can do. And of course, with the Netflix series, that'll keep you like coming back and talking about The Witcher and where this awesome series could potentially go. So while developer CD Projekt RED hasn't outright confirmed that there will be a Witcher 4, it certainly hasn't been ruled out completely. As we've explored above, the team isn't averse to talking about the idea of another Witcher game, and it's getting more interesting after CD Projekt RED, the parent company of developer CD Projekt RED, or CD Projekt, signed a deal with Witcher books author Andrzej Sapkowski to further solidify their relationship. So we've always admired Mr. Andrzej Sapkowski's works, a great inspiration for the team here at CD Projekt RED, said the president and joint CEO of CD Projekt. I believe today marks a new stage in our continued relationship. As we said before, never say never, but right now it's really Blood and Wine. This is the end. Blood and Wine is the closing, and there won't be any Witcher anytime soon, if there ever will be one. So they're kind of going back and forth here. Some are saying, within CD Projekt RED that, oh yeah, there's definitely going to be another Witcher. And then in CD Projekt, it's like, oh, there might not be. But I think we all can agree that there has to be another Witcher game. I mean, even if it's just a spin-off or something of that nature. Back in 2015 of December, CD Projekt RED CEO Adam Sinsky seemed more definite that this is a series that the developer would be reluctant to leave behind. It's too early to talk about it, but it's not like we're forgetting about this brand. It wouldn't be fair towards the fans, said Sinsky to Polish TV station TVN24 BIS. We've worked within this universe for over a dozen years now, and I don't think it's going to be the end of it. So there you have it. The Witcher was designed as a trilogy, and a trilogy cannot have a fourth part, can it? Said Marcin Iwinski. We like this world a lot. We invested 15 years of our lives in it and a lot of money. So we'll think about it, making a new Witcher game at some point. But please consider us as rational people. We sometimes have weird ideas, but overall our thinking is very rational. We have full rights to the Witcher games. They are ours. We've invested enormous funds into promoting it, and it's a very strong brand. So obviously the team is currently working on Cyberpunk 2077, which is due out sometime after 2017, which it's coming out in 2020. But CD Projekt RED is also working on another game scheduled for release sometime between 2017 and 2021. That's mysteriously described as a AAA RPG title, but according to Iwinski, although Witcher fits that description perfectly, you probably shouldn't get your hopes up. We are a publicly traded company, so we cannot comment on that game, but I can assure you we are not working on another Witcher, he said. So that being said, guys, I think one of the big important things here is what maybe the previous Witcher games are telling us maybe about the future. So if you play The Witcher 3, so by the way, guys, there's going to be spoilers here in this portion of this part of the show. If you play The Witcher 3 through to conclusion, then you'll know what it does round off that it does round off the series in quite a closed manner. The base game has over 40 different ending variations, but whatever happens, it's very much the end of Gerald's story. Whether you get one of the good endings or the bad one where Ciri snuffs it, Gerald's story sees him riding off into the sunset, either destined to roam the land as a witcher until his last days, returning to Kovir with Triss, or going off with Yennefer to a place away from the politics and the noise. So whatever ending you get, Gerald is facing the rest of his days in retirement in The Witcher 3. He's already an older man, so there's no way he could be the face of a potential Witcher 4. I disagree with that because look at like Max Payne, right? You would think like, oh, Max Payne, like they completed, the first one, the second one, then the third one, they end up bringing him back. He kind of like comes out of retirement. So I think Gerald could come out of retirement. Or if you didn't, you could do like something like of what Gears of War did, which of course they kind of passed the torch away from Marcus Phoenix and of course into Kate Diaz's hands, and she becomes the main character, her as well as JD Phoenix. You could do something like that. Marcus is still in those games, but, you're playing as JD and Kate Diaz, respectively. And so with this, Geralt could be in The Witcher 4. He just has he's like a side role, or he's like one of the main characters, but you play as a new character, whether that be like, someone in the bloodline of Geralt, or a young Geralt, like, way back, before everything, before The Witcher, the very first Witcher. It's hard to say, but they could take it in so many different directions. I think it's such a big world that we could explore, and with hundreds upon hundreds of hours that we could really put into this thing. So I think that a Witcher 4 needs to happen. So we are not killing the world and walking away from it, but we will definitely want to make this game the finale in a big way. Send Mamimis. We might even include Gerald in later games, potentially. We just need to talk about it and figure out what we're going to do next. Of course, the series has plenty of side characters, NPCs, and other faces that could take up the mantle of Witcher hero, but it seems like there's no clear direction for the next game to go in from the ending of The Witcher 3 and its expansions. So, look, guys, I think it's definitely going to be coming. If you are a Witcher fan, and I'm one of them, I don't think you need to necessarily worry about this as a franchise like it going anywhere. It just might be a while until we get another Witcher game. Obviously, Cyberpunk 2077 in 2020, and then of course we've got probably a couple of years that they're at least going to be like supporting Cyberpunk. They'll probably announce The Witcher 4 at some point in the next couple of years, and it would probably be another year or two after that until we would actually see the full game. But it's hard to say, guys. I'll definitely keep you up to date as far as new information comes out, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think that The Witcher 3 and the trilogy was enough, or do you think that they need to continue onwards with the franchise? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.